you see the benchmark, the UNESCO benchmark on the allocation of funds for education is clearly 25% of the total budgetary allocation. Here we are today that in Nigeria and even in some states, the allocation did not even take us anywhere in terms of allocating funds to education. The primarily thing that we are talking about is that if you want to get it right in times of development, then you should take education serious. You should take the teaching profession serious. As you rightly said, for some of us, by His grace, we've traveled wide and near. We've seen how it was in other countries. If you go to Finland today, a teacher is the highest paid because they have made education to be a priority. It is only in this country that if you say you want to become a teacher, they will say, why must you go and teach now? Because the take home is very, very low. Once we decide to make the system, that's education, key as a priority, and we make the teacher too to be the main focal point where we take care of his own welfare, we take care of people will be rushing. A lot of people will be rushing to come and pick teaching job, and they will put in their best. In terms of even training and retraining, yeah, we have been talking about it. The union is not quiet about it. We have been saying it. You don't recruit, you don't allow, because teaching profession is a continual thing. It is only in this profession of teaching that you don't have a time to rest. A teacher don't have a time to rest. If a teacher goes to school today and teaches and teach, if he close from school, he will come back home and begin to prepare against the lesson of tomorrow. So he doesn't even have time for that. So teaching profession is a continual thing. Government should be able to allocate funds for training and retraining, so and it should be properly monitored. Properly monitored in the sense that you don't continue to circulate the same set of people. There should be a program where.
If I may button, my apologies, if I may button, because we're totally almost out of time. Almost 20,000 shortage or gap is a lot for our system. We need those teachers. So the concern here is, so I want to find out from you, if they are to motivate teachers a lot more better. We have heard the NLC say they will be talking 1 million naira as minimum wage. I know you cannot isolate yourself from minimum wage issue. How much do you think, given the fact that teachers do a lot, according to what you said, what should be the minimum salary of a teacher? Let's begin to put that forward. And again, in addition to that, what is the NUT doing in terms of literal agitation, not just advocacy? Because when election cycle comes, sometimes we see teachers' unions say, union for this governorship candidate, union for that governorship candidate, and they're the ones suffering at the end of the day. The budget is slim on them, their remuneration is weak, and all of that. So what is the union going to do differently this time to make sure that these other states recruit teachers to close the gap? That's one question. Second question, how much should a teacher be paid minimum?
Yes, thank you for, let me start from the rear. What we are trying to do is now to start engaging our state government. Individually, we have agreed at our last National Executive Council meeting that we'll be able to pay a visit to most of these our state governors individually, so that we sit down with them and see the policy that they are putting in place in terms of teachers' welfare, in terms of education and all. In fact, I've directed all my state council that they should be able to liaise with their state governor, and where they find it difficult, they should be able to maybe notify us at the center so that we can now intervene by going down to such state governors and sitting down with them, discussing with them, telling them the importance of trying to put attention, more attention for the teaching profession, the education, and even the teacher himself. That is aside. And you've spoken about issue of what do we expect the teacher to take as a take-home. We are all Nigerians. In fact, we have been agitating for teacher salary structure for years. Even in the year 2020, where elongation of service was granted to us, there were some incentives that went in line with, attached with those very elongation. And up till now, nothing has been done. There is this special allowance that is to be paid for teachers in our respective school. There's this special allowance for teachers teaching science subject. This special allowance for teachers teaching in our rural area.
Right.
There are all these incentives are on ground, but the political will to implement is the issue.
Right.
And as leaders, when we start agitating, people will begin to say that we should be patient, right. And it will get to a stage whereby we can no longer be patient again. Okay, issue of the minimum wage we are thinking, or the salary that we are thinking, you can't be able to peg it. Right. Because you know the economic situation that we are in the country. The Nigerian Union of Teachers is in line with what Labour Congress is agitating for.
So.